Even before we got past the loading screen, we made a few errors. We took note of their profiles, but completely forgot to note what map we were playing on. Even more, we didn't notice that one of the guys was playing using a controller. In this match, the Byzantine player was the one that clinched it. Yes, the guy with the controller. My friend was rather shocked by how we got trolled, but looking back it was inevitable. My personal excuse in this game is that I was playing Malians, the only civilization in Age of Empires 4 that I actually dislike. I mean seriously, their version of the crossbow is instead a variant man-at-arms with no armor. Due to the lack of a meat shield unit, they sort of suck quite a bit from Castle Age onwards, where straight-up slugfests become commonplace and ranged units swell up to reach critical mass. That said, everyone in this match is roughly gold rank, as you can tell by the leading player of the whole match idling his villagers right at the start before rushing stone of all things. My friend likes early aggression, while I'm more of a boom to imp, 100 knights and steamroll kind of person. That said, I'm very much interested in learning early aggression, so we both agreed to attack together. And he continues as before, still idling his villagers. I don't understand why he bothered to build a second cistern. It only gives 4% extra over the base one. And he spent quite a bit of stone, delaying his age up, for seemingly no reason in particular. The Ottoman is doing a fairly standard rush to feudal. Few on gold, all on sheep. Man, what the hell are you doing? That's what, 75 wood down the drain. You may as well use your starting villagers to mill the deer, if you really want to get more food. However, just putting them all on sheep is preferable, because milling the deer, it reduces your age up speed by 30 seconds. The standard they use for the initial 150 wood is to build a mining camp, a house, well, in the Malian case 2 houses, and then the second house as you're aging up. As you're aging up, you also take wood and then build a lumber camp, so you can take the farther forests instead of just the straggler trees. Meanwhile, the Ottoman is going up with the Sultan Hani trade network. As you go up, you get 3 traders, each one giving 24 gold each for garrisoning in the trade network. Meanwhile, the Byzantine is going up with the Grand Vinery, which increases the gain of olive oil from bare bushes and farms by 60%. Ryan is as usual going for early aggression. and at this point he asked me to join him, hoping to damage one of the players early. I went up with the Mansa Quarry, which gives me a trickle of gold or stone. Not particularly useful, but it's good to have regardless.
Things.
8 oil for every 10 food from berry bushes, compared to 5 oil to 15 food from farms. Well, olive groves. And this guy mills his deer. I wonder if he's doing it to preserve his sheep.
Fair at your word, Ted.
That said, milling the deer is a good idea, because you get survival techniques which increase meat gather rate from huntables, which in feudal age is a very good source of food. I'm not sure why he's killing all of his deer, even though he's not taking them actively. He's not doing a very good job of pushing them into the mill, given that that one is way over there. Deer tend to not go very far when they're frightened, so it's generally pointless to push them in that much. Because a scout is wasting his time here, moving the deer, it is not actually doing its job in exploring the map. Oh, Tryon actually claimed his first villager kill. Meanwhile, the Byzantine is booming. That's the second villager kill. And my army is finally joining him. Unlike the English that are able to build a council hall which builds archers right out of the gate, most other factions have to build the actual buildings to get an army, which costs quite a bit of wood. I'm building a ram here, because I wanted to try out my anti-AI tactic, see how well it works against humans. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Simply because the villagers, there are way too many of them around the town center, and each one of them does fairly good torch damage. That is 200 wood down the drain, by the way. Enough to build another archery range. I thought I could get away with not bringing any spearmen up to this point, but Trajan helpfully informed me that the other guy placed only stables, which directly counters what I'm doing. Still, I got away with kiting for a bit, though it requires far greater attention than I am comfortable of giving. Despite my failure so far, I decided to continue ramming buildings. And of course, while we were tunnel visioning on this guy, the Byzantine kept booming. Ten farms, each one also providing olive oil, which he's using to build up quite a few mercenaries. Over here, I noticed the fishing ships and figured I wanted to destroy the dock. But of course, the Byzantines' reinforcements came at a bad time. Thankfully, this time I came prepared with spears. And the Byzantine is using a controller, so all he can really do is attack move. The Limitani are also using shield wall for whatever reason. It makes them slower and reduces their attack speed. It might increase the range damage they can take, but it makes them far easier to kite, negating any advantage. It's good for buying time, but it is as worthless in most cases as berserk abilities of Sipahi and Varangian Guard. Meanwhile, Trajan is doing good work at this guy's military production buildings. Ottomans built the blacksmith because it increases the military production rate of their buildings. With Trajan doing a good job raiding, this guy is actually pop-capped. Meanwhile, the Byzantine is still booming. Why is this not active? Is one of the others? This is why you shift queue your villagers to wood once you're done building. Getting some resources, even if they're not the ideal type of resource, is still better than getting nothing. Meanwhile, I'm still going all in on rams. As soon as this armory came up, I knew that Mangonel was coming, so I wanted to bring it down before it could come out. Of course, this guy noticed that my archers were out of position and decided to rush down my ram with his villagers once again. Having lost 3 rams so far, it's quite clear that I should have invested in spears instead. They can still do a lot of damage to buildings and aren't nearly as vulnerable to villagers. Let's see, how are the villager counts? Rayan is at 33. I'm at 40. The Ottoman is at 33. And the Byzantine is at 49. Yeah, this guy is very good at killing his villagers. Throughout the entire match, I don't think he lapsed even once. Actually, that was so perfect that it seems like he's using automation. Does Controller get some benefit in this man? Look, 1 Q. And as soon as it goes, the second one is queued. What the hell? As it turns out, yes, villager production is automated. In fact, even village distribution is automated. Playing against a controller is basically like playing against an AI piloted by a person. That said, even though the Mangonel is almost ready to pop, Fayanda destroyed the house at the perfect time. This guy didn't even set the gather point for his mercenary house. Oh, this is quite good. Even though the reinforcements came in and saved the remaining villagers, this guy is down to 10 villagers. But of course, because this guy can only attack move, he is forced to fight my spearman instead of running away. Even though the Mangonel didn't come out and the armory was destroyed, the Byzantine still sent enough castle age reinforcements to cause us to lose this fight. Trajan told me to snipe down the crossbows, but it wasn't a very good idea. We did not have the numbers or tech to fight this. Feudal men-at-arms simply can't match up to castle ones, and Varangian guards are even stronger than that. Though surprisingly, he uses Berserk in this moment. Which does hell on his armor. Had Trajan not wanted to fight that, I would have heavily preferred to simply kite our way out. Alright, villager count.
Emir vaktidir.
30. How the hell did he get 30 villagers so quickly? Where did he get 20 villagers without even using Pax Ottomana? He only has 1 DC. I'll have to do some calculations at this point. On rewatch, select all doesn't seem to select villages and garrisons. Meanwhile, Trajan has 39. I have 48. And the Byzantine has 60.
Bana bir hedef iddiaydı.
İcraat vakti.
At this point we decided to pull back and advance into Castle Age. It's very difficult to find men-at-arms with feudal age units. Unfortunately, we let off the offense too much.
Sakir. Dakik olun.
It's strange that the Byzantine is helping repair this building. I wonder why he sent over his villagers. Did they come accidentally with the army? Ah, there we go. He's finally using waypoints. I decided to build some walls. They are a very good investment because humans have a psychological aversion to crossing boundaries. The walls might not be that difficult to destroy, falling to a single mangonel, but people are usually reluctant to push past them. And they are very good defense for ranged units. I am aging up of the garrison to improve my Musafadi warriors, which would hopefully make them better at countering their men-at-arms. Problem is that Musafadi warriors have so little armor that it's really difficult to use them correctly. When I was playing this match, I was surprised by the amount of outposts here. If I had to guess, the controller player just spam queued a bunch of them in a single place. I'm not sure why he likes outposts so much. Especially since the only one that he actually upgraded is the one right at his base. And he didn't even get the Fortify Outpost upgrade. And this guy has moved up to 31 olive gardens. Olive groves. Each one is giving him 15 food and 5 oil. All of which goes into his military, which is admittedly getting quite scary at this point. And quite varied as well. 1-8 crossbowmen, 15 Varangian guard. 9 Limetane, 18 Keshiks, 12 archers, 3 monks, and 3 gulams. Not even counting the one he has in the center. With 8 more Varangian guards, 15 archers, and 4 crossbowmen. I have quite a few resources stocked up. I can make quite a few archers, and yet, for whatever reason, my production queue is empty. Ryan could have really built a few walls right here and here, as well as maybe here to cut off access to this sacred site. 3 relics. That is another thing we could have improved. We should have gotten a monastery and at least grab a few relics, like this one just sitting outside of my walls, or that one at the back of our base. Getting that sacred site would have also been good, for the trickle of gold at least, if nothing else. Just as I thought that I successfully pushed back, I saw the incoming army. And I have over 2,000 wood and food. And we're only now starting to queue javelin throwers? Archers would have been much better in this case. But I saw the Akinji, and I thought that javelin throws would have been better for some reason. Even though they're not as upgraded. Oh, Traiani ran in with his cavalry. He should have done this much earlier. He actually did quite good damage, because the controller player cannot really do much to defend against this. Though admittedly he forgot about his own raiding units. If he ran into the farms, he would have caused a lot more damage, maybe even taken out these nest of bees. Meanwhile, the mangonel broke down the gate. Not that they actually pushed through the gate. They're perfectly happy massing in the middle. And this guy still didn't bring out his villagers. Oh, there we go. 76 villagers. I suppose that's why this guy had 10, because 15 were garrisoned in his main town center. And it seems he built a second town center to boom our back up after taking those losses. Another town center. What the hell? Well, he's certainly the best at booming in this match. Perhaps it wasn't a mistake to attack him, but we shouldn't have focused so much on him when the other player was just allowed to run free. Despite deciding to harass my mines a bit, he doesn't actually do much in this case. Here Trajan told me to attack this army together, but his troops were a bit far away. If I had taken note of that and delayed a bit, we could have had more success in this fight. Not that it would have changed much, because we still lost in the number advantage. And the lone monk taking the sacred site. All 3 sacred sites being taken was a massive psychological blow. Even though in actual fact that was just smoke and mirrors. On my side, I should have really made some sofa to take down these mangonels. And maybe also run through and take the secret side. Maybe also do damage to this guy's eco. How many ships? 20 ships. Not bad. Each one is roughly equivalent to a farm.
Bana bir hedef ita eyle. Tamam, hemen.
Now, I was wondering why Trajan surrendered so easily. It turns out that his Berkshire palace was denied.
Galibiyet düşman tarumar oldu.
One stable, 3 barracks, and 2 archery ranges. Trajan should have used more production, because he's had quite a few resources. He could have made quite a few longbows. The problem of Akinji is their short range. And high cost. Master Archer should have made the quick work of them, as well as the crossbowmen and the meters. I would say that we quit a bit early if I didn't see this massive army. The key problem of this game is that our initial aggression didn't do as much economy damage as we hoped. We actually lost more resources than we dealt in damage. Meanwhile, Our resource pools are looking quite big for losing. We should have really put all of that into units, regardless of what they were. At the very least, our opponents were always short on food, which is the main resource for pretty much everything. Did I not have a siege workshop? No, we did not. Surprising. Well, that's that. You can see how perfect the Ottomans' villager production was. It wasn't until Trajan raided him at the end that he actually got brought down to earth. This gap right here and that right there, they shouldn't have happened on my end. I could have basically kept pace with the Byzantine if I managed to keep my villager production up. Meanwhile, the Ottoman went down to slightly more than 20 villagers, and then started removing multiple TCs.